G'day, Starlo here, and I'm out on a very shallow backwater of my local estuary just as the sun is clearing the horizon on a beautiful morning in spring. It's funny, you know, a lot of people when they talk about estuary fishing, they talk about the secret deep hole that's somewhere up the river and that's where they want to go and fish. I've got to tell you, shallow areas hold a lot more life than those mythical deep holes. Sure, fish will lay up in those deep holes when they're not active, but when they're feeding, they're up in these shallow areas where all the bait and the food is, and that's where I'm hunting them this morning. And I've got a lovely hot coffee here thanks to my BLUETTI. That's made a big difference to my camping. I've talked before about our BLUETTI portable power station and how it gives us massive reserves of both AC and DC power out in the bush. It's been a total game changer, not just for cooking and coffee making, but also keeping my cameras, drone, phones and everything else charged. If you're interested in checking them out, be sure to use my discount link in the description below. Okay, time to fish. I'm going to kick off by throwing this Shimano BT swim bait. It's the BT99. They normally come with two hooks, two small treble hooks. I've actually retrofitted this one with a larger treble at the front and left the rear treble off. I found this to be a really good option for flathead in these shallow areas. I reckon a big brim would be happy enough to belt it too. It's a cracker of a morning, still a bit cool but warming up fast, although there's a fair bit of wind forecast for later in the day, which is another good reason for hitting the water early. Mind you, the sights and sounds themselves are reason enough to climb out of the swag before sunrise. A fisherman's dawn always holds so much promise. It's a great time to be alive. Listen to those birds. Oh, I just spooked something with the kayak. Big bow waves headed off. Might have been a big stingray. I don't know. Could have been a big flathead too. Ooh, that was a fair-sized animal. I'm in a little bit of a channel here. It's still really shallow and I'm casting up into virtually no water. There's a big flat up here in front of me. But at this time of the morning, I reckon the fish could be right up in that shallow stuff. The tide's just started to push in. It's not particularly tidal here because it's so far upstream and so far back into a backwater, but on the bigger tides it really does push in and then drain out. And I like this first push of the incoming tide. Brings all kinds of life with it. I haven't got a depth sounder or anything in my kayak, so I'm going to use the poor man's depth sounder, stick the rod in. Oh wow, it's about 35 centimetres deep where I am at the moment. I'm going to stick the swim bait out there and just have a little troll while I finish my coffee. Trolling from the kayak can be really effective at times. We arrived here at our waterside Sunset Point hip campsite late the previous afternoon so that we'd be on the spot for this morning session. Hip camp's a great service. It's a bit like Airbnb for campers and fishos, with thousands of sites like Sunset Point on their books. Well worth a look. While we set up camp the previous evening at Sunset Point, I couldn't help myself. I found a small crab under a rock on the shore and flicked it out on a very lightly weighted rig. And it didn't take long. I hooked a lively customer that gave me a bit on the light gear.
Did you see it?
Yeah, it's a big brim.
Awesome.
How good is that? Whew. A chunky brim. Wow, it's so clean. It's coming straight out of the ocean, that fish. Beautiful. The old black crabs, they still work. The hook actually did come out really easily. This one would have been pretty good to eat, but as it was lightly hooked, I decided to let it go. Woo! Good stuff. This morning the action's a little slower in coming, but eventually it does. Oh yes! Oh, he's not real big. What have I got? My money's on a flathead, but it's no giant. Still, it's a start. Ooh, that forecast breeze has already kicked in. It'd be nearly legal, but not quite. Certainly clonked it. It's a start. I'll get the lure back out there and try for something bigger before it gets too windy. Watch how I work the swim bait with lots of stops and starts. Oh yeah. Oh! Oh, he hit it right there. Little flatty. Ah, look at that. It's only a little one. Close to legal, but not quite. You need to handle these characters carefully. The sharp spines on their gill covers can give you a painful slash. This is how I like to hold them, and long-nosed pliers are perfect for removing the hooks. Just hold the hook with the pliers, give him a shake, and he's on his way. And I'm back into it. I'm casting downstream into the incoming tide so that I'm bringing my lure back with the tide. That's not only the direction that the predators will be expecting their food to be coming from, it's also the way they'll be lying and facing. So I'd rather have the lure coming towards them than ambushing them from behind. They don't like that much. With this swim bait, I just work it with a stop-start action. Swims beautifully as you retrieve it, and then when you stop, it just does this lovely glide off to the side. And that's often, when it gets grabbed. I just had a hit then. Things are definitely livening up. I just need to find a bigger one. As the sun rises higher in the sky and that breeze picks up, pushing in some cloud cover, I move around the corner into a slightly deeper channel and swap out my swim bait for a squidgy wriggler plastic on a 1/4 ounce Arc Genesis jig head. Let's see how that goes. I'm lobbing the plastic in towards the shore and hopping it back to the kayak with a lift-drop retrieve, making sure the lure stays nice and close to the bottom. Oh, yes. What have we got? Another little flatty. Well, it's a healthy system. There's plenty of little ones. There's going to be some big ones in here too. Neatly pinned. I do love these Arc Genesis jig heads. And of course, the good old bloodworm squidgy wriggler is like money in the bank. I dread to think how many fish I've caught on these things. Okay, rinse and repeat. Take note of the slightly different action I'm using here compared to how I was fishing with that swim bait. Every lure's different, and you'll fare much better by thinking about what you're doing and visualising the lure's action down there in the depths. I talk a lot about all of this in my online Soft Plastics Mastery course. Check it out if you're interested. Oh, yeah, there's a better fish, slightly. Ooh, it's almost a keeper, but not quite. No. Oops, not such a clean release this time. Come here. Righto, a quick check of the lure and the leader and back into the game. It's definitely nicer here out of the wind. Oh, there's another one. Next cast. They're all the same size. Strong year class. Just that slightly undersized. They'll be legal by next year. That one probably is legal, but I don't keep them at that size. Let's see if there's another one in there. Get it down to the bottom, then lift and drop. There's another one. Oh, that was nearly a hat trick. I certainly didn't set the world on fire this morning, but I had fun, and that's the main thing. All right, breakfast is calling. I didn't get any keepers this morning, but it was pleasant being on the water and a fair bit of action, fishing those shallow areas and some of this slightly deeper stuff as well. But when I say deeper, it's only a metre or two. Don't rule out those shallow areas. They really do hold a lot of life and a lot of great fishing. All right, breakfast for me. I'll catch you later, and until then, tight lines. Be sure to check out these other 2 episodes where I explain the subtleties of fishing those highly productive shallow areas of our estuaries and shake off that deep hole syndrome that fixates so many anglers. Oh, and please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you don't already do so. I'll see you next time. Cheers for now.